Hello students, welcome to your science class. In today's science class, we will know about materials changes. To begin with, we will first know what is a material. In your house, you can see different things like furniture, electronic gadgets, sanitary fittings and the entire house. Here, each and everything is made up of some raw material. What are the raw materials? These are the basic material used to make a finished goods. For example, to make a furniture, we need wood. You can see the bed here is made up of wood. The sofa is made up of wood. The dining table and chairs are made up of wood. The door is made up of wood. The cabinet is made up of wood. So, wood is the basic raw material used in making different things in your house. Another example here is metal. Metal is a raw material which is used to make electronic gadgets like the fan, the television, the kitchenware and machines like washing machines. Fabric is another raw material used to make bed sheets, covers for the sofa, beddings, curtains and your clothes. Metal is also used in the construction of the house. Another raw material is concrete. It is used basically in the construction of the entire house. Many more such raw materials like glass, rubber, plastic, etc. are used in making different objects which we use in our everyday life. Each and every material has its own property because of which it can be made into a finished goods. So now let us know what are properties. You can see different objects here. A brick is hard and strong, but it is not hard enough and we can break it easily. Rubber here is elastic. You can expand it. Metal here is strong enough and it can hold its shape. We can mold it into any shape and size we want. Glass here is transparent. You can see through it. Fabric here is soft and absorbent. So, the properties of these materials help us to make it into any finished goods. Each and every material has its own property and based on the property we can make finished goods out of the raw materials. Now let us look into some of the special properties of a material. It is called as reversible change. What do you mean by reversible change? Any material that can be brought back to its original form and remade into any new product is called as reversible change. For example, ice. Water can be frozen in the freezer to make ice of desired shape. If you take it out from the freezer, it will melt back into water. You can keep it back in the freezer in a desired mold and make it in a different shape. This is a reversible change. Water freezing into ice and then back into water and freeze it into desirable shape and size. Think about different materials which have reversible properties and make a note of it. Another property of a material is irreversible change. For example, when we burn or heat any substance, it changes its property. It either becomes hard or gets burnt out. The product that we get from burning or heating is irreversible. It is into a finished product which cannot be brought back into its original material and changed. Hence, it is called as irreversible change. The final product is either some solid material or burnt out ashes. Hence, we can say that reversible change is temporary, whereas irreversible change is permanent. There are different materials which go through irreversible material, and such materials have to be used wisely. Reversible materials can be reused and hence can be recycled and reused again and again, whereas irreversible materials are non-reusable. Hence, we need to make sure we do not overuse it and exhaust the raw materials. Irreversible material also cause harm to our environment. Hence, using irreversible material is not advisable. Make a list of things that go through irreversible changes and think about how we can reduce the use of irreversible materials. Thank you. Hello students, in today's class let us know more about the digestive system. The human digestive system starts from our mouth and it comprises of many organs like the salivary glands which secrete saliva, the esophagus through which the food enters the stomach, and the digested food then for absorption enters the small intestine, and undigested food gets into the large intestine and comes out through the anus and rectum. All these organs are then again supported by different smaller organs like the liver, gallbladder, pancreas. We eat food. Our body grows with the help of food that we eat. But that food cannot be used up simply by the body. It has to be broken down. The process of breaking down first starts in the mouth. We chew the food that we eat several times and it gets mixed up by the saliva. Saliva has different chemicals which mix up the food and then pass it through the food pipe, also called as the esophagus. In the esophagus, there is a certain type of movements which help the food to move slowly into the stomach. The food then is further broken down in the stomach or is digested completely in the stomach and then moves into the intestine to be absorbed and the nutrients sent to different parts of the body for it to grow. Let us know more about it in detail. We eat food from the mouth, also called as the oral cavity. We bite the food into tiny pieces with the help of our teeth. As we chew or bite the food and break it into smaller pieces, the saliva from the salivary glands are secreted and mix up and make it into a fine paste. This fine paste is mixed thoroughly with the salivary juices which start breaking down the food. The food is then passed through the esophagus, also called as the gullet or the food pipe. It slowly passes into the food pipe and moves into the stomach. And here in the stomach, again, it is further digested or broken down by certain juices that our stomach secretes. These juices make sure our food is completely digested. But still then, some pieces of food remain, which the food then enter into the small intestine. Here in the small intestine, the food is further broken down into more tinier pieces so that it gets absorbed by the blood. These intestines are lined by blood vessels or veins which absorb nutrients required by the body for it to grow, like proteins, carbohydrates, sugar, vitamins and minerals. Then the food that is undigested or larger pieces or chunks of food that is left undigested in the intestine, specifically in the small intestine, moves into the larger intestine. Here they are further broken down, and once they break down, it comes out in the form of waste product or the excreta through the rectum. Fluid particles come out in the form of urine through the anus. Do you know why babies are fed with soft, mushy, pre-cooked food? Yes, because they do not have teeth and do not have the power to chew or bite the food into smaller pieces. The digestive system is also supported by different organs like the liver, the gallbladder and the pancreas. These help in the process of digestion. These secrete juices which help in the digestion of the food and absorption of the same in the intestine. Kidneys are also associated with the digestive system as they help in purification of the blood and removal of excess of water from the body. This was all about the digestive system. Thank you.